Assalamu alaikum everybody. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Chimiku and welcome back to my channel. So listen, 2025, oh my god, it feels so weird to say that. Okay, so listen guys, no more games, no more jokes, no more oh what if or inshallah. Nah, listen. 2025, simply put, is going to be the year where you are going to be memorizing Quran. Yes, you looking to this camera. No, I'm looking at the camera. No, you looking at me, looking at the camera. Stop giving yourself the excuses because I'm telling you, if you really want to, you will. If you really want to get something done, you will get it done. I don't care how much time you have. Yes, it doesn't matter how much time you believe you have. At the end of the day, as humans, we prioritize what we really want. Okay, that's just what it is. If you're not getting it done, it's because it's not much of a priority to you. And that's simply what it is. It's not because you have a full-time job. It's not because you have 10 kids. It's not because you're already in school studying. No, you're making it because of those reasons. But that's not the reality. It's because you did not section off an amount of time dedicated to memorizing the Quran. Therefore, you haven't been memorizing the Quran. It's that simple. So we're gonna first get away from the excuses. I have simple steps, very simple yet powerful steps that will help us tremendously when memorizing the Quran this year and hopefully getting a lot of our goals done. Every single part is essential to you memorizing and hopefully having a very good experience with memorizing the Quran this year. Mind you guys, I am in Ghana, okay? So if you hear a lot of background noise and of course a different setting, it's because I'm in Ghana. So listen, this is how we're gonna get it done. Are you ready? Get your notes down. That's how I know you're not serious, because why are you not taking notes? You see? People say they want to change this year. You're still not taking notes and you're watching how-to videos, babes. Come on. You know, I had my first step, which usually is my first step for a lot of my Quran videos, but I'm going to replace that first step with this one. Stop giving yourself excuses. Just stop. Just stop. Please just stop it. Because nobody likes to listen to excuses. If we're just being extremely honest, for somebody to always come to you and say, I would have done this with my life, I would have been here, but because of XYZ, I'm not. Stop it. Number one, it's not enjoyable to listen to. I hope you're not giving these excuses to people, because I'm telling you, if for people to just come and sit and listen to your excuses of why you're not where you want to be, there's literally no substance to it. We're waiting for you to be quiet. Okay? And then secondly, you're cheating yourself with these excuses, you know? It doesn't matter who you decide to say your excuses to, you're the only one affected by them. Because you feel that your current life situation is a limiting factor to you memorizing the Quran, you're of course going to have every excuse in the book to lean towards that verdict. I'm here to tell you, no, it doesn't matter what position you're in life. If you prioritize something, you will get it done. It's even more simple for the Quran, but you can apply that to every single thing in your life. And guys, this is like tough truth. I tell myself as well. So this is not me trying to be like, you guys are lazy and I'm this. No, listen, I'm in the same boat as well with a lot of these things, and this is tough advice for myself as well. So guys, please don't say I'm being harsh. Before I get any accusations of being too harsh and mean, I'm not, wallahi, that's not my intention. I just want to be very blunt with the reality. And I wish we would stop coddling ourselves as much as we do. Because if you get rid of the coddling and the excuses, the answers are black and white. It's so simple. We just make it complicated because we want to give ourselves the cushion of not being where we want to be in life. Because God forbid we blame ourselves. This applies to absolutely everything in life. Whether you're starting a business, whether you go to work, whether you're going to school, in marriage, with kids, every single thing possible, you get done what you prioritize and you make room for what you prioritize. If you're going to work every single day 9 to 5, you're prioritizing that paycheck. So you wake up, even though you probably went to bed like at what, 5 a.m., you know regardless of what time you went to bed, you're gonna have to get up because you have work at 9 a.m. So for us to be very strict with our time and what we prioritize with every other facet of life, but then when it comes to, I don't know, something like Quran, we allow ourselves to lean on our excuses. How is that fair? How is that worthy of any excuse? It's not. This is harsh, I know. I'm saying it to myself first, and then of course to whoever else will benefit, okay? But stop with the excuses. Excuses will literally leave you stuck where you are and you will accomplish nothing, because everybody could have an excuse. This is not to undermine anything that you're going through in life, because every single person is going through something, right? But that's just the point. Every single person is going through something. There are still people that get things done and there are people that don't. So regardless of what situation you are in your life, do not allow shaitan to use that to his advantage, especially when it comes to the deen, when it comes to you learning Islam, when it comes to you memorizing Quran, doing whatever. every single excuse you have, if there's anyone that benefits from it, it's shaitan. Because he simply just doesn't want us to do anything that has to do with having a proper, good connection with Allah and our nafs. You are capable of absolutely every single thing you put your mind to, especially when it comes to the Quran. Think of it like this. If Allah is inspiring you and even giving you the thought that, hey, maybe I should take my memorization seriously, or maybe if I should just take Quran in general seriously, if Allah has inspired you to think that way, you are capable of it. There's nothing more special a person who's able to memorize the Quran and memorize a page a day than someone who isn't. You're both capable of the same thing. The only thing is someone hasn't given themselves excuses and someone actually got to doing it versus the other person who found their excuses to be sufficient. So remember that you're just as capable as anybody else. People who are memorizing the Quran, reviewing, or have a connection with the Quran in general, they don't have something over you in terms of their skill. You have that ability as well. It's about your discipline though. It all depends on if you will even allow yourself to get to that level where you can experience it for yourself. Because ultimately it's in our hands, okay? That's number one, guys. Stop making excuses, okay? So now that we have number one out of the way, we're not giving ourselves excuses anymore and we are so motivated and ready to get down to business. Here's the second step. Clarify your intentions. Why do you want to do this in the beginning? Your intention will be the foundation of every single line and ayah and word that you memorize in the Quran. Why are you doing it to begin with? My favorite hadith, and probably one of the only hadiths I know, bar for bar, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَّا نَوَى, right? We are all judged upon our intentions, and Allah will give us depending on what our intentions are. That's a very bad translation of that hadith, but I'll link it down below. What is it that drives you to want to memorize the Quran in the beginning? If you can just sit with yourself and honestly interrogate yourself a little bit, like, why am I doing this? Is it because everybody around me is memorizing the Quran? Is it because, you know, I want to be known as a person that's memorized the Quran? Is it because I want to party? Lord, can I tell you guys, I'll be honest. Oh my God. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Just to tell you, sometimes our intentions aren't the best. Alhamdulillah, I wasn't even able to complete the Quran under this intention. But when I was younger, right, I was like maybe 13, 14. My older sister memorized the Quran around that age. And so I was, you know, telling myself, hey, Shimmy, memorize the Quran at this age too, because guess what? You gonna get yourself a party, girl. Because the party they threw for my sister, listen, in my family, when you memorize the Quran, it's not a small thing, okay? It's not a small joke. You get a party, okay? I'm not gonna lie, that was very appealing to me, and I would be lying if I said it wasn't appealing to me now. I would be lying, but it's just not my main focus. But I could just remember memorizing Surah Baqarah and going through the whole thing, and what that main thing motivating me was like, hey Chimmy, you gonna get yourself a party, girl. You gonna have a party. You're gonna wear a nice dress. You're gonna get your tiara, girl. You're gonna have so many people come out. You're gonna be celebrated. It wasn't even about the title, bruh. It wasn't even about like, oh my God, the girl memorized the Quran. No, it was like, hey, come to my party. Come on down to my party. Any chance to be celebrated, take it. So anyways, that's an example of a bad intention, okay? A 14-year-old's intention to memorize the Quran so she can get a party. And it got me far, guys. That intention got me far. It got me through like maybe 6-7 juz because I had that intention and I had that goal in mind. I'm gonna get that party. But that is exactly why it is so important to have good intentions and to have a stable foundation of an intention. That party only motivated me so far, but then eventually I didn't really care as much for a party as I did before. And so it kind of slowed down my memorization because I lost my intention. I lost my reasoning for why I was doing it. So clarify your intentions at the beginning. If your intention is good, it will push you even through the times where you're not motivated, okay? Versus if you have a flimsy intention like mine, my previous one, not now, my previous one, then you know, it'll take you far, but eventually you're gonna stop. You'd have to rebuild that foundation that you set for yourself. I also feel like it's so important to work on your intentions all the time, not just set it and forget it type of thing. Like, we constantly need to be reiterating what our intentions are because you never know. Shaitan can get in your head. You hear people, especially like, subhanAllah, we even live in a generation where shaitan can get in your head so easily these days, especially with social media and all these things. Even me, when I'm posting Quran videos, like, shaitan can get in your head where it's like, oh man, no, Chimmy, are you doing this because you want to have a better relationship with Allah and to truly increase your status in Allah's eyes? Or are you doing it because, oh my God, I could record a YouTube video and people could see I memorized so much Quran. Like, what are my intentions? Shaitan gets in the way of these things. So you have to constantly be on it and constantly reiterate it to yourself. So hopefully we all have clean and pure intentions that will only be of benefit to us in this life and in the next as well. This is a note to myself as well. We're human. Of course, there's going to be times where we might do things in moments for the wrong reason. But if we could constantly reprove to ourselves the bigger reason behind everything, Allah is going to see that and count that, going back to the hadith. So I pray that all of our intentions are beautiful when starting, not just to have a party. You know what? The average person isn't thinking that, so I'm not gonna use that as an example. Let's not for publicity, not for people to say, oh, she's somebody that memorized the Quran, so she's XYZ. No. Ultimately, it's for a better connection with Allah and to better myself in this dunya and to reach a level of peace and tranquility and contentness that only the Quran provides. You will find that, subhanAllah, when memorizing the Quran, only the Quran could provide you certain reassurances and feelings. You can't get that feeling from anywhere else. Even when you're listening to the Quran, or when you are, let's say, in a halaqah and you're in a very good gathering, in a gathering that is remembering Allah, all those beautiful things, and the feeling that Allah instills in you when you're memorizing His book purely for His sake, it's completely different. Don't rob yourself of that with a bad intention. Start off on the right foot. So hopefully we all have amazing intentions for the Quran in 2025 that will be of benefit to us in this world and in the next. That's the key. So long story short, beautify and clarify your intentions, because Allah will judge you based upon that. Now, the third step we're going to take to have an amazing Quran journey all through 2025 is to have a set schedule. Now, this part of the video is extremely important, and I think I'm going to even dedicate a separate video specifically towards making a plan and having, a structured, sound goal for your Quran journey. But I will say, in short, you need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, as they say, what do? Plan to fail. Yes. Oh my God, I sound like a teacher. Without a plan, as they say, you plan to fail. And that is so true. If you're just going at it, I'm opening the Quran, okay, and I'm reading, in the ladina amanu, like, okay, that's good. I don't want to take anything away from you, because at least you open the Quran. Alhamdulillah, that's an amazing first step. But if we don't have a goal and we don't have a plan as to what we're doing, we're lost, right? So start with a plan. I will make a video more in depth talking about how to set plans and goals for your Quran journey. But just to go through a few brief guidelines, you need to ask yourself, what is your goal by the end of the year, right? So alhamdulillah, we're feeling motivated. It's a new year. What is your goal by December? Where do you want to be? If your goal is to perhaps finish memorizing a juz, which is 20 pages, 6 juz, the entire Quran, whatever your goal is, you need to have that clear in mind so you know exactly how you're going to execute it, right? Everybody's goal is going to be different. Don't say, oh, because she's memorizing a page a day, I have to memorize a page a day. Listen, there's enough barakah to go around for everybody, regardless of how much or how little you're memorizing. The fact that you're even doing it, please pat yourself on the back, because you're taking a step that many don't take. So please do not use this time period to compare yourself to others. So many have this goal, but then so many people also have excuses. Yes, I'll say excuses. I'm not going to say they're busy. No, they have excuses, and it hinders them from doing it. But if you're even able to open the Quran and you're consistent with one line every single day, or not even one line, half a line, a quarter of a line, a word every single day, if you're consistent in it, alhamdulillah, the person who memorizes a page a day isn't better than you because you're memorizing, I don't know, a line a day or half an ayah a day. No, it's all about the quality. And even if there's both quality, it's all about the intention. It's how Allah judges it. If my goal is to get to, let's say, half the Quran by the end of the year, or whatever your goal is, you now know how you're going to break that up every single day. If that comes down to, let's say, half a page a day or 1 page a day, well, now we're going somewhere, okay? From there, that's when you come up with a sound, structured plan for yourself that is realistic so that you can be consistent in doing it. Now we have sense of direction. Now we know where we're going. It's so fun to know where you're going. Direction is amazing. So we're now going to come up with a plan that is suitable to you, not suitable to me, not suitable to, I don't know, the next sister memorizing across from you. No, a goal that's suitable to you. Mind you, we're not making a goal for ourselves that is too easy. If you're somebody that knows you can do more, don't set such a small goal for yourself, okay? I'm not saying the entire journey has to be such a challenge, but I feel like you shouldn't be lazy with it either. And of course, this all goes into what you're capable of, right? Because we also don't want to be overly optimistic with our goals, and unfortunately, we're not able to meet them, and then it just drains the whole process, and we're not motivated and we're not reaching our goals. It needs to be something that's realistic, that you can hit at least 80% of the time, right? Let's say, oh, I wanted to do 1 page every single day, and I'm gonna get that down, but then I'm realizing, okay, 1 page, I'm not able to do that consistently. I might be able to do that maybe once or twice throughout the week, but overall I'm not able to keep it up. That's when, okay, I'm gonna be realistic with myself, and maybe I'll do half a page every single day. By the way, when I say every single day, I'm not including the weekends. I'm thinking like Monday through Friday, so let's say 5 pages a week, right? We're memorizing. Sometimes I could be overly optimistic. It makes me blind. There was a time, for example, I was memorizing 2 pages every single day. I was only able to keep that up for so long until I, became more busy, and I wasn't able to memorize that much. So because I wasn't doing 2 pages, I would just not do anything at all, right? So we don't want to do that. But we also don't want to say, okay, well, I can't do 2 pages, so I'm going to do 1 line, when I know I'm capable of doing more. Now, there are so many different ways in which you can goal set. I will be making another video specifically on this in the future. But the first place, or the best thing to at least start with, is to concentrate on your goal along with what is realistic for you to do every single day. And finally, last but certainly not least, it's to be consistent with the Quran. You can't be lazy with the Quran. You can't be. Especially with memorizing. You can't memorize one day and then tomorrow you don't do anything with the Quran. Coming from somebody who's done that before, who's been lazy with the Quran before, if you forget the Quran will forget you, okay? This is a very high maintenance book. And I love that it's high maintenance, because it shows you how, it shows you that you really can't joke around with it. Like, you can't disregard it. Be lazy with anything else in your life. No, don't be lazy, don't be lazy. You will get out of it what you put in it. SubhanAllah. There are so many times where I am not motivated to do Quran. I will be honest. I'm not motivated to memorize. I'm not motivated to do anything. But I know, okay, Chimmy, just open the Quran, read a few pages, because it's better than not doing anything at all. Like this vacation, for example, although I'm in Ghana and I have pretty busy days, alhamdulillah, I'm not memorizing right now, but I still do have to review. I have to review, because if I don't, I'm going to be forgetting. So the only way to do that is if you're constantly keeping your connection with the Quran. It's not a one deal thing. It's not like, oh, you did it once and it's over. No, it's an everyday thing. It's a lifestyle. And I love that too, that it's a lifestyle, because it keeps you on track, right? Like if you started off your day, or if you ended off your night memorizing or just reading Quran and having a connection with the Quran, I feel like it kind of sets you up for success for your day. Because you already started on so much barakah. Like your foundation for the day is already so strong that, it motivates you to do good throughout the day. Like if you're somebody that normally listens to music and you read Quran, you're not going to want to listen to music as much. You're going to be like, okay, let me prioritize something else. Let me not listen to this song. There are so many gems that the Quran holds, and I realized throughout the years, all the lectures that I go to, all these classes, it will never do the Quran justice. It will never. Even me saying this right now, it's not doing the Quran justice. You have to read it and open it and have that connection with it consistently for yourself. How the Quran truly is a healer. You know how they say like the Quran is like a healing? Wallahi it is. It really is. Who am I to affirm that? Allah said it, so obviously it is. But I mean, I've experienced it for myself, that it truly does heal you in ways that merely listening to a lecture, it won't fully do. You having that connection with the Quran yourself is better than you living the experiences of someone else's connection with the Quran. So do it for yourself. Open the Quran, establish that relationship, and I'm telling you, it will never go wrong, and it will put so much barakah in your entire year. Okay, we're worried about all these goals. We have all these goals set for 2025 on everything we're gonna do and all of our accomplishments, and inshallah Allah will allow us all to reach it. But I'm telling you, if you add the Quran into your daily life, and if you add the Quran a part of your goals that you have for yourself, every other part of your life will be so much better. So it's not a chore, it's not a burden, it's literally a healer. It's hard, and you have to remind yourself of that consistently when you're memorizing, because you're always reaching for the Quran. At times shaitan might pose it as a burden, like, oh, I have to do my Quran again today. But reframe your mind. At the end of the day, there's only benefit in it for you. And if you don't do it, you're not really taking anything away from anyone but yourself. You are depriving yourself of benefit you could be having. So Long story short, if you have it in your mind this year that you want to memorize the Quran, if you've been thinking lately, hey, I want to have a connection with the Quran, I want to, even if it's just reading, I want to do something every single day, do it. I'm here to tell you, do it. If you clicked on this video, Allah is telling you, do it. Just do it right now. Because you're the only one stopping yourself. And, the fact that we are the only ones stopping ourselves from certain levels of success, that's freeing. Because the same way you're the only one that is stopping yourself, you're the only one that can allow it for yourself as well. So just allow it for yourself. I'm sad. It's obviously, easier said than done. But, yeah, just allow it. You are 100% capable of memorizing the Quran, regardless of, your level of even reading Arabic. You can start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. No one is special. No one is better than anyone when it comes to this. And it's not even because I'm saying it. Like, oh my God, you're so capable. You're so amazing. Those motivational videos. Oh my God. Like, oh my God, you're so amazing. Listen, you're so amazing and you're so capable. It's not even because I believe that about you. It's because Allah is fair. Allah is just. That's why. So if Allah is just and Allah is fair, Allah is not going to deprive you of something that He wants you to have. Why would He do that? I don't know. He wouldn't do that. With that being said, I'm going to end this video. I'm actually very hot. I think my AC is broken. Oh my God, guys. Ghana is so hot. I do like Ghana. I do, but I like America too. Makes me kind of miss a little bit of the cold in America right now. I hope this video was of benefit to you guys. Please let me know what you think. And if you guys have any tips as well on your end. And with that being said, I'll talk to you next time. Assalamu alaikum.